What's up? If you don't know who I am Vimere, and today this is episode one of Book Bag. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna read every book chapter by chapter, breaking it down. And today's book is the one and only The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. Chapter one, being titled Stop Hoping for Completion of Anything in Life. Most men make the error of thinking that one day it will be done. They think if I can work enough, then one day I could rest. Or one day my woman will understand something and then she will stop complaining. Or I'm only doing this now so that one day I can do what I really want with my life. The masculine error is to think that eventually things will be different in some fundamental way. They won't. It never ends. As long as life continues, the creative challenge is to tussle, play, and make love with the present moment while giving your unique gift. It's never going to be over, so stop waiting for the good stuff. As of now, spend a minimum of 1 hour a day doing whatever you are waiting to do until your finances are more secure, or until the children have grown and left home, or until you have finished your obligations and you feel free to do what you really want to do. Don't wait any longer. Don't believe in the myth of one day when everything will be different. Do what you love to do, what you're waiting to do, what you've been born to do. Do it now. Spend at least 1 hour a day doing whatever you simply love to do, what you deeply feel you need to do in your heart, in spite of the daily duties that seem to constrain you. Excuse me. However, be forewarned. You may discover that you don't or can't do it, that in fact your fantasy of your future life is simply a fantasy. Most postponements are excuses for a lack of creative discipline. Limited money and family obligations have never stopped a man who really wanted to do something, although they provide excuses for a man who is not really up to the creative challenge in the first place. Find out today whether you are willing to do what it takes to give your gift fully. As a first step, spend at least an hour today giving your fullest gift, whatever that is for today, so that when you go to sleep at night, you know that you couldn't have lived your day with more courage, creativity, and giving. In addition to the myth that one day your life will be fundamentally different, you may believe and hope that one day your woman will be fundamentally different. Don't wait. Assume she's going to be whoever she is forever. If your woman's behavior or mood is truly intolerable to you, you should leave her and don't look back, since you cannot change her. However, if you find her behavior or mood is merely distasteful or a hassle, realize that she will always seem this way. The feminine always seems chaotic and complicated from the perspective of the masculine. The next time you notice yourself trying to fix your woman so that she will no longer fill in the blank, relax and give her the love by touching her and telling her that you love her when she is this way, whatever you fill the blank with. Embrace her, or wrestle with her, or scream and yell for the heck of it, but make no effort to bring an end to which pisses you off. Practice love instead of trying to bring an end to the quality that bothers you. You can't escape the tussle with the feminine. Learn to find humor in the unending emotional drama the feminine seems to enjoy so much. The love that you magnify may realign her behavior, but your effort to fix her and your frustration never will. The world and your woman will always present you with unforeseen challenges. You are either living fully, giving your gift in the midst of those challenges, even today, or you are waiting for an imaginary future which will never come. Men who have lived significant lives are men who never waited, not for money, security, ease, or women. Feel what you want to give most as a gift to your woman, to the world. You do what you can. You do what you can to give it today. Every moment waited is a moment wasted, and each wasted moment degrades your clarity, purpose. So after reading chapter one, I want to go back and I want to revisit some key things that stood out to me in the chapter. So the first thing is we're going to read this part again in the chapter. At the very beginning, it says, most men make the error of thinking that one day it will be done. They think if I can work enough, then one day I could rest. Or one day my woman will understand something and then she will stop complaining. Or I'm only doing this now so that one day I can do what I really want with my life. The masculine error is to think that eventually things will be different in some fundamental way. They won't. It never ends. As long as life continues, the creative challenge is to tussle, play, and make love with the present moment while giving your unique gift. Basically, what that's saying to me is, it's telling me life gonna go on. You can't wait for the perfect moment because the perfect moment ain't never gonna come. If you're a creative, your duty is to create. Whatever it is, you have to create it. I struggled with myself after watching the Michael Jackson movie and seeing how Michael was a perfectionist. How Michael wanted. I've done a little research into Mike. Now I didn't really do a deep dive like I wanted to, but I've done enough. And knowing that Mike is a perfectionist, Michael loves affirmation. Michael affirmed every day. Michael wrote. He scripted. I got my own notebook right here. Well, I'll discuss in a separate video. I got multiple notebooks where I just write random ideas that's flowing in my mind down. I write down my day. I write down stories. I write down if I'm listening to music, I might write down some lyrics or something. I might write down breakdowns in my notebook. But what I'm trying to say is if you're waiting for the perfect moment is not gonna come. It's on you. It literally says right here, I'll read it again. Most men make the error of thinking that one day it will be done. They think if I can work enough, then one day I could rest. Or one day my woman will understand something and then she'll stop complaining. Or I'm only doing this now so that one day I can really do what I want with my life. The masculine error is to think eventually things will be different in some fundamental way. They won't. It never ends. As long as life continues, the creative challenge is to tussle, play, and make love with the present moment while giving your unique gift. The perfect moment ain't never gonna come. The perfect circumstance is never gonna come. Life is life. You gotta deal with it the way it is. At the end of the day, your journey from here until you pass on to the afterlife is to live your life to the fullest. Forget the distractions, forget the challenges. It literally says the masculine error is to think that things will get better. The masculine error is to think that things will be perfect. The masculine error is to think that eventually life will be this amazing painting that you saw in your mind. But I'm here to tell you, even as a YouTuber, even as a creative, when I go out and I got a vision of my YouTube videos in my head, some days it don't go out the plan. It don't go to plan at all. But I have to figure out a way to make something shake. Even if I don't get a long form video, I gotta get some type of content to post. I gotta make something happen. I can't go I can't spend all this time outside filming and then I don't get nothing out of it. That's crazy. I gotta get something out of it. I'm spending my time. I'm spending my money. I'm spending other people's time and other people's money to go out and film these videos. I gotta get something out of it. And as a man, as a creative, you gotta get something out this life. You gotta get something out this life, man. Another thing I want to point out is the very opening line of the chapter. It says, "It's never going to be over, so stop waiting for the good stuff." Whatever you're going through right now, you're gonna be going through it for the rest of your life. Now, let me rephrase that. If you're going through a season in your life, you're going through a season. That's not the rest of your life. But you got to understand, you're going to be going through seasons for the rest of your life. You're going to have your winning season. You're going to have your down season. You're going to have your rainy season. You're going to have your dry season. You're going to have your bloom season. You're going to have so many seasons in your life. So basically, what the book is saying is it's going to happen anyway. The seasons are going to come. So you got to stop waiting for the good stuff. Farmers don't have grow seasons all year round. Farmers don't produce watermelon all year round. Farmers don't produce strawberries all year round. If a farmer does, I hate to break it to you, that ain't real food. That ain't real food. But anyway, that's besides the point. Real farmers know that you can't grow the same thing all year round. You can't. There's certain fruits, certain vegetables that only grow in a certain time and a certain season of the year. We as humans, we as creatives, we as men, even women, whoever, we as people, we have to stop expecting everything to just magically be perfect because it's not. Yes, we're gonna go through hardships. It's bound to happen. Nobody has a perfect life. Nobody has a perfect moment. But what we have to realize is we have to stop waiting for those perfect moments. We have to start waiting for that good to just happen, just to give us a sign of hope, a sign that our faith and belief in the higher power is working. No, faith without works is dead. We have to believe, but also we have to act. You can't believe that God and the higher power is gonna bless you and you do nothing and you don't act on it. God don't bless the lazy. God don't bless those who don't take action. God blesses those who have created something and have something to bless. If you're struggling financially right now, people find it's a good idea to start a business to bring some more income. And guess what God can do? Guess what the higher power can do? The higher power can bless that as long as you believe, as long as you move by faith and not by fear, you have something to bless. Another thing that he says is spend at least 1 hour a day doing whatever you simply love to do, what you deeply feel you need to do in your heart, in spite of the daily duties that seem to constrain you. Basically, what he's saying is take an hour a day to yourself. If you're a YouTuber, content creator, musician, artist, take an hour out your day to create. Take an hour out your day to brainstorm. Take an hour out your day to release your mind and jot out your thoughts. Take an hour out your day to plan your next project. Take an hour out your day to read. Take an hour out your day to record. Take an hour out your day to go work out. Take an hour out your day to do something that you love, you don't love, or feel that you need to do for yourself. And do it every single day. You have to. It's your obligation. You have to. It's non-negotiable. You have to. Take an hour out your day to yourself. Heal, reset your nervous system, relax, rewind. You have to. It's your duty. Just like you have duties outside your household, just like you have duties at work or your business or whatever the case may be, it is your duty to take care of yourself and make sure that you're putting yourself first. Make sure you're protected by the most high. Make sure you're good spiritually and you're connected with the higher power. But after that, you need to put yourself first. Because if you don't put yourself first and you have obligations in your household or at your job or at your business, how can you fulfill those obligations if you are not in the right mindset? How can you fulfill those obligations if you're not right within? What Lauren Hill said, hey, she said something in her song. How you gonna man when you not right within? Dun 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 when you not right within. I forgot the lyrics, but y'all know the girl, you know you better watch out. Y'all know the song. How you gonna do it when you're not right within? You feel me? Yeah. Take that out your day and make sure you right within. Then it also says most postponements are an excuse for a lack of creative discipline. You keep pushing off projects because you lack the creative discipline because you don't know what to do. And that's another thing for a lot of small creators and a lot of people getting into content, they lack the creative discipline. You lack the necessary fundamental ideas to create content. If you're a beginner content creator and you don't know where you're at, it's I can almost guarantee you that you're gonna continue to quit every couple weeks, every couple months, or you're gonna burn out because you lack the creative discipline, right? Even when I didn't have all the equipment that I had now, even when I was off my phone for years, even when I was off my phone, I had the creative discipline. I was creating something over the last 10 years. I was playing games on my PS4, streaming to an imaginary audience. Think I'm talking to a, a live audience. Streaming before streaming was even really popular. Before streaming was just like a subgenre. I was streaming to zero people. One or two people would jump into my live every now and then, random people. But I always had the creative discipline. As a YouTuber, as a content creator, you gotta test out ideas. You gotta see what's working. You gotta see what's not working. Especially if you coming up and you don't even have your first 100 subscribers. Hell, you don't even have your first 100 videos. See, that's the problem. People attach themselves to what other people's journey is. People see people only have 15 videos up on YouTube and already have a big following. No, you don't know where that following come from. I bet you if you click that shorts tab, they got hundreds of shorts, thousands of shorts. I bet you click their Instagram, they got hundreds of shorts, thousands of shorts. I mean reels. You go on a TikTok, they got thousands of videos on TikTok. But you just click on their YouTube. You don't know if they funnel those those followers onto their YouTube, and all they gotta post is 10 videos and bam, you're attaching yourself to other people's journeys. That's another part of creative discipline. You have to understand that your journey is different from the next man's, from the next woman's. As a creative, you have to understand it is your duty and your obligation to put out your art, to put out your version of something. If somebody wrote if somebody wrote the next Harry Potter book, I bet you you'd be like, "Oh, that's a Harry Potter clone." They're just trying to copy Harry Potter. But if you really look at the contents of the book, it's just a whole nother book. They use the Harry Potter template, but it's just a whole different book. Hell, Snape ain't evil in the book. The Slytherin, the good guys. Hell, you feel me? Like you gotta open up the contents. People look at the outside contents of your art and try and put it in the box. You look at the outside contents of somebody else's art and try and put it in the box. That's like I said. That's where the creative discipline must come into play. As a creative, once again, it is your duty and your obligation to create. If you're a content creator, find what works, find what doesn't work, and capitalize on what do work. And even if you find something that's not working, but you love to do it, keep doing it. Because eventually somebody, excuse me, eventually somebody's gonna like it. Lastly, in the last couple sentences in the book, it talks about relationships, and it talks about how the feminine is always gonna seem chaotic to the masculine. And believe it or not, it is true. As a man, I find it so fascinating and impressive how women think, how women act, and how women go about things. I find it really interesting and I find it very intriguing at times. Just hearing women talk about things that they love and what they don't love, and hearing how passionate they seem about certain topics and certain issues, I find it very fascinating. And to some, yes, it seems very chaotic. It seems very chaotic to me. But when I really sit down and have the opportunity to sit down and listen and really analyze and hear what a woman has to say, whether it's good or bad, whether it's an argument, whether it's about their relationship, which I've heard women tell me about their relationships so many times, and I find, and sometimes I'm biased to the man, and then I understand the story and how she's feeling, and then I hear more about the man's side, and the man tell me his version. I'm like, sometimes I lean towards more the woman's side because, from her perspective, it makes more sense. But then when I hear the man's perspective, I lean more towards the man's side because once I hear his perspective and understanding the situation, I lean toward his side because his version makes sense. But basically, back to what I was saying earlier, yes, the book also says, if we go back, it talks about what to do when your woman is displaying behaviors and moods that you don't like, and it says that you have to stop waiting for it to change because it's not going to change. She's always going to have those outbursts. She's always going to have those moments and moods where she's crabby, she's cranky, she's not feeling well, and it tells you how to fix it. It says the next time you notice yourself trying to fix your woman so that she will no longer fill in the blank, so you'll no longer be angry, relax and give her love by touching her and telling her that you love her, and she is this way. She is this she's angry pretty much. It says whatever you fill the blank with. So let me read it again. So let's fill in the blank with angry. The next time you notice yourself trying to fix your woman so that she will no longer be angry, relax and give her love by touching her and telling her that you love her. when she is this way, when she is angry, right? Embrace her or wrestle with her or scream and yell for the heck of it, but make no effort to bring an end to which pisses you off. You can't escape the tussle with the feminine. So, I hate to break it to you, my guy, but if your girl always mad at you, she probably gonna always be mad at you. Not always. You know, people grow out of things, but she might just be mad at you, buddy. Y'all might gotta sit down and have that uncomfortable conversation and see why she always mad at you. She might have went through your phone that night and found out you was cheating. Might have went through your phone last night and found out you was cheating. That's why she mad at you. That's why she mad at you. She might have went through your phone last night and found out you was cheating. Now she mad at you all the way out there. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that's why she mad at you because she went through your phone last night and found out you was cheating? Have you thought about no? Let me stop playing. Let me stop trolling. Let me stop trolling. And then finally, at the end of the book, it says most profound thing. Then off the chapter. Men who have lived significant lives are men who never waited, not for money, security, ease, or women. Feel what you want to give most as a gift to your woman and to the world, and do what you can to give it today. Every moment waited is a moment wasted, and every wasted moment degrades your clarity of purpose. There's so many ways you can interpret a lot of these lines and a lot of what they said in chapter one. Even if you don't want to finish the rest of the book, reading chapter one can simply give you so much clarity of where you're at in your life in present moment to where you can create a new system, a new routine, a new way of thinking and approaching life. So I think that chapter one, The Way of the Superior Man, simply opens up the book beautifully. There's so many breakdowns you can do off of chapter one alone that I might do one day. But unfortunately, today, we don't have enough space in our book bag. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope you really enjoyed this small breakdown of The Way of the Superior Man, chapter one by David Deida. Highly recommend this book. I think I've read all the way up to chapter 10 before. I haven't finished the whole book, but I've read at least half of the book months ago. I think I read 2025. That's when I got the book and I was reading the book, and then I ended up stopped reading the book because I had grabbed another book that I was interested in reading in, and then I started reading something else. But I want to finish this book with y'all, and I want to really break down and dive deep into this book and really understand the contents of these books that we're reading so that we're not just mindlessly reading. Let's understand what we're reading. And yeah, I appreciate y'all really and truly and dearly um, for watching this book bag all the way through. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.